Good evening and welcome back, everyone, to Midwest Motorsports Cup Series racing tonight from Nashville circuit. This is the race after the All-Star break. So these guys are nice and into their playoff seating right now. These guys are ready to go. They got qualifying underway and finished up. And Dustin Reinsettle is going to be your pole sitter next to Albert Ty Williams in the 81 Coca-Cola running their white scheme tonight. Tonight's track is going to be stages lap 45 for stage 1, lap 93 for stage 2 for a total race length of 150 laps. These guys have 3 sets of tires in the pits, and we do have a restart zone. So luckily for those leaders tonight, they get to start whenever they feel like starting. There's a good look at the number 11 car, Dustin Reinsettle, rocking his new Courage Faith car. Looking really good with the yellow number up top, like that, makes it really easy to see. And then we got Sean Cunningham on his right. Then coming into the next spot, where Ty Williams is supposed to be there. He might have gone on track. Yeah. So, in row 3, we got Jason Huffman and Sean Cunningham. Row 2, sorry. Jason Huffman, Sean Cunningham. Row 3, Trevor Mack and Justin Thayer. Row 4, Brandon Thayer and Norm Snyder. Row 5, Andrew Miller and I believe Brandon Cotton. Row 11, or row 6 is going to be Clarence Prince and Anthony Castor. And row 7 is going to be James Allison and Chris Thaler. These guys are going to be coming to the green flag here once the pace car dips down, and we're going to be going racing here at Nashville for the playoffs. Barney's going to give us the green flag tonight, and we're going to be off and running. Camera's taking up the first 2 spots, and we are green flag. Dustin getting his good jump as usual. Breaking away from Sean Cunningham behind him. Sean falls asleep a little bit at the starting line, so we'll see these guys catch up pretty soon. Nice open track for tonight. Concrete floors. These guys will be driving a little bit slicker than usual. Asphalt's more preferred. We have the nighttime racing. On screen, you may see some blinking cars, but that's not because they're blinking in the game. We're just working on some settings in the background. We had a nice chaos on Tuesday with the pro racing or the GT racing, so still getting things dialed in back in after that. But these guys have nice 14-degree banking turns, so these concrete banks are going to eat these tires up eventually. 150 laps are going to put some good use to these things. There's a nice tight battle here between first and second. These guys have been staying side by side since the start of the race. Ty is able to get a good drive out the corners and pull right back up to Dustin before the end of the turns. The bottom row is looking like it's kind of a single file. We see Sean making sure he can use all the track to his will, trying to get the best entry and exit that he can while staying in both drafts of the driver. So good heads-up racing for him. He's got double draft to work with. Go ahead and take the car's line choosing if he wants. Plenty of time here. Don't want to force the issue too early. No sense taking 3 wide and not 3. Take out all the leaders is not a good way to start the race off. What a good starter right now. We have 2 good starts for Anthony Castor and Chris Thaler. Both those guys are up 4 spots since starting the race, so these guys are making some moves there to see the Castro car back in the series again. Justin Thaler getting his car back after I saw it on Trading Paints. I let him know that, hey, I said your Castro Edge car is back in the shop. He said, heck yeah, I'm going to put it on. Because I told him it's really weird not seeing that Castro car out there. So he's got the new Mustang in the number 6 with the Castro Edge. And we got Trevor Mack rocking the Reese's car tonight, showing it off in the Discord for us to see. So he's got a couple new paint schemes working his way. Starting to get that paint scheme fever like I know so well. You make one paint scheme, then you start making 2, 3, and next thing you know, you got a nice repertoire of paints going on. As Cunningham gets a little boost, might have got a little help from Huffman behind him. These guys still keeping it fairly clean and nice in the race. Huffman's all over the back of Cunningham. Good shot from our, looks like a spotter cam. Got the binoculars up there. Taking a good look at these cars that come around the old mile and a quarter lap. I'm sorry, mile and a third. Track length is 1.3 miles long. located in Gladesville, Tennessee, 20 miles southeast of Nashville. The track has since been reopened. It closed in 2011 due to poor attendance, and then they didn't have any sight of any Cup cars coming. But fortunately for Nashville, the city of Nashville, and NASCAR, they were able to bring the Cups up back here and start running the Xfinity and the Cup Series in 2021 after it replaced one of the Dover races. So Dover losing one and Nashville gaining one, but didn't hurt Dover at all because Dover owned both speedways. And since they've been bought out by Speedway Motorsports, so kind of all the dominoes fell in a row, and now these guys are back out here racing. They got the Nashville Superspeedway they could drive these cars on. Lovely looking place. If you see there, they're getting the inside of Trevor Mack. That's a probably from P5. Nice looking orange car. We don't have very many orange cars in the field, so it'll be pretty easy to find Trevor Mack out there now. So he gets right up the door on the outside of Thaler, not letting the Castro car get away from him. Holding that outside, and momentum's going to carry him past, so Justin's going to live to fight another day and try to make a rebound for that. We got great camera work tonight. We got James is going to be doing the camera work for us tonight. Colin and Adam saw they're going to take a little night off, so James offered to jump in there because I have no idea how to work any of this, and he's giving us all the good shots for us this evening. As always, Joshua Watt running the race director tonight. And I'm back after a little hiatus break. We had the All-Star race, and then we had a week off for the Cups when we started the Daytona 500, so we've had a little bit of time between now and then. I'm glad to be back and looking forward to calling this broadcast as the top two, Ryan Sutter and Williams, have a small gap over the rest of the field by now. These guys are lapping down into the 29.4s. Whereas everybody else was in about the 29.5s and 6s, so we got a little bit of a speed game right now. Albert is no stranger to racing up front with Dustin. These guys are both in the thick of the playoffs. In the chase right now, Chase Links. I have a Chase Link right here. Alright, so in the chase, these guys are 1 and 2 with Williams 27 points behind Ryan Settle. So Williams is going to want to get as many points as he can. If he keeps letting Dustin win the stage points, that's just going to put him further and further ahead of him. So the more that 81's in front of 11, the better for his chances of the playoffs. Dustin's had his fair share of races and points gaining, as we are missing the 3 of Simia tonight. So Simia is going to be falling down. He is not in the world tonight, so that's your number 3 in the chase right now. That's going to give points to Brandon Thayer and Justin Thayer, so look for those two to make a move up. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. This is supposed to be... I'm sorry, that's the wrong facts. I am looking at the truck one. Let me go ahead and get that fixed. Alright, there we go. Well, still, Ryan Settle is leading Albert Williams by 50 points, so Williams got to pick up more spots than what he's got in front of him, but looks like Trevor Mack has got the move made on him by Justin Thayer. And now Ann Castor, all the way back from P12, looking on the inside of trying to get the inside of the 6th place Trevor Mack now. Our lone Canadian in the field, Trevor, running with a bunch of Americans in here tonight. Castor, one of the Bud Light cars, not afraid to show a bumper, as we are very good at seeing the 00 and the 8 get together. And as luck would have it, these guys are finding their way on track together again. And Castor, one of the main hosts for the Cool Down app, which we have on Monday nights. We'll let Kendall come up here shortly. I know I'm kind of surprising James. Oh, look at him, he's on the bubble. So there's a QR code right there. That takes you to the link to this channel, Rev and Vale, and shows you the Cool Down app. brought to you by Anthony Castor and the number 8 Bud Light car. He's every Monday, 9 p.m. Hold on up. I'm not sure what today this week's session is going to be about. Whatever. James, you got anything for us on that?
Hey, Aaron, it's Ant Castor, myself, and Justin Thaler will be talking about everything Midwest Motorsports, including updates from all 3 races and the first Road Series race as well. So we'll be talking about all the Midwest Motorsports races, as well as probably a little bit of real-life racing with the Daytona 500, and I'm sure Justin likes to talk about Formula One, as practice has been going on for Formula One, so you're not going to want to miss it. 9 p.m. Monday nights on twitch.com/Rivenvale, twitch.tv/Rivenvale, or you can scan the QR code.
There you go. Speaking of Formula One, I'm not sure if have you guys ever watched the Drive to Survive series on Netflix?
I will not miss an episode. Absolutely.
There you go. So I just got done finishing up the NASCAR one, which was a fun one to watch, and my wife has picked a different driver she likes, so now she has a car that she's like, oh, well, how did he do it? I'm like, not so well.
Are you going to tell us what her favorite is? Who her favorite is?
She pulled for Denny Hamlin. I'm like, oh, I got a person you need to follow.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Looks like we missed something with Dustin.
We must have missed something. Might have been a
coming in the pit. There he is.
So Dustin Reinsettle in fairly early. Not sure what happened. We didn't have a caution come out, and I didn't get anything show up in the event screen. So maybe he's got a strategy going on, or some sort of emergency popped up. But himself and Brandon Thayer are in the pits. Looks like he just took a fuel stop. So I'm not sure the distance of fuel these guys could take.
Strategy coming into play already. You know, Dustin Reinsettle usually has a game plan coming into the race. I would not be surprised if he was up to something. We'll have to keep our eye on and see how it plays out.
Yeah, strange turn. I mean, that was surprising to me. I didn't even catch that. But that's going to hand it over to Ty Williams now. So Ty's going to be running away by himself. He's got almost 2 seconds on the rest of these fairways. We got 3 cars. Oh, Cunningham almost getting it wrong in that section. Might have missed the braking point. Got just off from Huffman. Almost caused a big collision there. As he kind of turned that car to the right and went almost straight away, not to hit the back of the 4. I think Huffman surprised him, or he must have just missed a braking zone, but he veered right to not get in the back of the 4. So heads up racing by him and for Justin Thaler, recognizing that the 71 was not going to make that turn. As we might... Are we under yellow now? No, we're still green. We're just still in slow-mo. There we go. Back up to normal speed now. So yeah, heads up racing by Justin Thaler. To recognize the 71 was going in too hot in that turn. So he kept it out wider and let the 71 go right past him. So Cunningham getting it wrong in section turn 1. Lost a couple spots. That allowed Thaler and Castor to move up now. These guys find over P3. As Huffman's just in front of them, these guys are all in a nice little tight pack. Hopefully these guys can work together, line up one by one, and bring the fight back to Williams. So Reinsettle and Brandon Thayer in the 46. Those two both came in for fuel, with Thayer coming in for a second shorter than Reinsettle. So these guys are playing a different strategy tonight. As James stated, Reinsettle is always known for making his different strategies work out.
He wouldn't play head games, would he? Do you think he's just messing with Ty Williams up front, saying, making him sweat? I don't know.
Well, I don't know if maybe he took a stop early because then they don't have to. Maybe they can't make it on 43 laps. So if he took a stop earlier, I'm not sure. I have no idea what that would be, but we'll go ahead and let it play out as it is, and we'll see by the end of stage 1 if we can get somebody to talk to at the stage finish. Looking in the channel right now, we've got a group of people in there, so I'm sure one of these guys will talk as we are looking at Sean Cunningham in the 71. He made his way to the pits also for a quick stop of 7.38 seconds. So he's back on track, leaving 1 through 11, the only cars to not pit so far for fuel. I want to see some more drivers blink here in a second, trying to get the game going of when they take fuel, because they've seen these other guys doing it. Get yourself some clear track position. Put your head down, get the laps in. Riding on board with the number 8 cars, looks on the inside of Justin Thayer. Justin Taylor. Only Taylor, get all these names right. Thayer. There he goes, looking to make the move complete. He's going to go and make his way down. Justin gives way. Now he's going to tuck right up into the draft of the 8 car. Castor behind Justin Taylor by a good 42 points in the chase. I'm sorry, yeah, 42 points in the chase, so he's looking to make any more moves that he can to put himself in a better position overall. Chase goes as it runs. Dustin Ranso sent P1 over Albert Williams, and then Justin Taylor's 3, Jason Hubbard 4, and Castor 5. So basically, you got 1 through 5 for those cars in the top 4 right now. Dustin Ranso will be the first one to take tires. And we get more people in the pits now. James Olson's in the pit. He comes in for his splash of fuel. So that leaves 9 cars on track without a stop, as Trevor Mack also made his fuel stop. Different strategies. Some guys coming in lap 19, other ones coming in lap 25, 27, and 28. So we'll see how this works out for these guys. There's a resident Norm Snyder rocking his new Haveling paint scheme for 28. Coming in for his pit stop now. There's a car I recognize. That's the 83 Clarence Prince. I saw this man driving a car that was not a Red Bull, and I said, we need to fix that. So I went up there and made him a couple Red Bull schemes. So he's got this blue one, which is like his normal one, and he's got a chrome one that he's going to be looking to show off. He's following the number 60 of Brandon Cotton, who are coming up to lap traffic of Trevor Mack. So these guys yet to make their pit stops. We have Justin Thaler making his way into pits now on lap 32. These guys are going to have 12 laps left once they cross the finish line before stage ends. Cotton looking on the inside of Trevor Mack, doing that ultra high, almost mid line. So Chris Taylor almost gets it wrong, and the Cotton almost gets in the back of him. Heads up racing and make sure to recognize the car in front of you coming a little bit hot. Chris might have been losing it coming into the pits. Might have locked the brakes up there a little bit and surprised the 60 car. He didn't get all the way down the yellow line, so his car was already at an angle trying to hit the brakes and make it in. Surprised the 60. 60 good enough to steer clear of that. Just like Cunningham did, he made more of a right-hand turn than a left-hand turn, not to get in the back of the car. Sacrificed his couple of seconds to make sure that they both don't get wrecked. Andrew Miller's in the pits now. So you got the top 4. Ty Williams, Jason Huffman, and Castor Clarence Prince as I speak. Ty Williams comes in the pits. So leaves Huffman, Castor, and Prince out on track still. As Castor gets right up to the rear bumper of the Toyota-sponsored Toyota Camry, Jason Huffman. There's Dustin finding himself back up to P5. And that's going to put everybody else into the pits except for Castor. So Castor's a lone person yet to pit still. He's staying out and going to run that thing bone dry before he has to come in. That's going to go ahead and upgrade Ryan back to P3, so to come back another lap and pass Huffman. Not sure what happened to Williams. He came in lap 34, and he's fallen back a couple spots. So maybe those guys earlier taking earlier pits might have had the right strategy, but Williams was P2 before the pit cycle started happening. He comes out P6. Nothing long in the pits for a stop, so I'm not sure if he had maybe he overshot his pit stall or something, but nothing showed up in SDK, so no accidents or anything yet. Might have just had a bad stop.
2 seconds, 8.8 to a 6.0 and 7.2.
Yeah,
So second and a half.
He might have not taken he might have just taken all the tires or all the fuel instead of the one at the end of the stage. So Williams electing to get a full tank as compared to enough to get him through the stage. Coming up, stage break isn't going to be 7 laps when they cross the line now. And now the running order after pit cycles come through. Dustin Rice Everson P1, Justin Taylor P2, Brandon Thayer P3, Jason Huffman P4, and Williams in P5 after they both got past Ant Castor during his pit stop. Running on board with Albert Williams now, the 81 whiteout Coke, so maybe it's like the Coke Zero. Great look from the inboard cam. This sits right there near the headrest of the driver, so you almost got an over-the-shoulder kind of look. And that's what we get in the telemetry. As you know, if you look in the telemetry, you see there, you don't see a miles per hour. So fortunately for us, we get these simulated miles per hour, but in real life, when these guys go through the pits, they have to hit a certain amount of dots on the screen. Those dots are their RPM gauge, which we don't see in game. You know, we get the zeros there because it's to keep people from seeing certain things. But those little dots on the screen right there, that tells the driver how fast they're technically going, and they watch for maybe 5 or 6 in the light up in a certain gear, and they know how fast they're going. So they have to use their judgment in the pits to tell how fast they're going. That's why you see a lot of the cup cars get caught for speeding in the pits through the sectors. They've got 10 to 12 timing lines in the concrete there, and that's what registers how fast the car's going through those sectors to tell them how fast they're going in the pits, and that's what catches some drivers for speeding violations. So if you guys ever watch any of the cup races, you see somebody get caught and busted for speeding in the pits, that's because they had an extra dot light up, and they just so happened to light up right where that line was at. So even if they go a mile or two over it, that'll get them caught every time. It's just lining up that sector with those dots. We're watching Brandon Thayer now. NCN Ministries 46 car, just behind Justin Taylor. Great, just those two names are perfect. You see the Taylor and Thayer. Brandon Thayer rocking the midline, almost kind of diamonding the turns as you see. Goes in low, comes up in the middle part, and dives back down as you get Justin Taylor doing more of the smooth around turn. Drivers are getting down to near the yellow line, staying about a foot off of it now. And we have a nice clean. We got 2 laps to go, so pits will be closed now. These guys were not going to be allowed to pit now. We're going to have to run it out to the rest of the stage ends, and so far so good for the 11 car. I'm sure we're going to get to talk to him. He's never afraid to come to the booth during the stage break. Going to go ahead and gain max points for pole position, gain points for stage 1. We'll see if he can get the trifecta tonight and get all from flag to flag. See if he's going to get here and wrap up this series. I'm sorry, he's going to wrap up the race with a flag to flag win with stages. You know, at a driver, that's the best feeling in the world. When you start on the pole and you finish in P1. The only time you lost the first place position is when you went to the pits to get new fuel and tires. Coming up to the white flag for stage break. Brian Settle is your fastest lap leader right now, 29.474. About you got about a 100th of a second over Williams. After that, those guys are kind of broken away from the rest of the pack, as we are going to be under caution for stage break. And as the stage break comes to an end, the 11 Dustin Ransettle, the 0, double 0 of Justin Thaler, 46 of Brandon Thayer, 4 of Jason Huffman, and 8 of Ant Caster going to be getting the stage points. As the 9 of James Olafson just goes a lap down right there, so look for him to come back out and get his freebie. But all things going good for the 11 so far. These Cup guys do know how to race. We'll see if we can get Dustin down here. Get him for a little stage break interview after he gets his fuel and tires. And as I live and breathe, the 11 car, Dustin Reinsettle, from pole position to the early pit entry, surprised me on track, down to getting the stage victory. How you feeling tonight, Dustin?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, the early pit was definitely dependent on a no caution for the stage there, but I really just wanted to try something and see what the tire wear was compared. Try something different this stage and see what happens.
Oh, I mean, it caught me off guard. We're talking about something else, and I look and I'm like, wait, how did Ty Williams get in first? And I'm like, oh, Dustin's in the pits. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything because Dustin's really good at making his own strategic calls, and I'm sure he's just going to blink first before everybody else does, and he's going to make his way back up to the front as per usual. So, you keeping up right where you let off. I'm pretty sure last time we talked to you in the Cup Series, you did a pole to position, right? Wasn't that correct?
Did you say pole position?
Yeah, I think you started on pole and you wrapped up all the stages at
Oh,
Richmond.
Richmond, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had a good
so
race at Richmond for sure.
there you go. So you're just keeping up where you started off on. That's technically four stages in a row for you. So putting the gap on the rest of the field, you got the next closest car is 50 points behind you. So I know you're feeling good there. How's the track feel? Is the tire wear going down pretty good in the first 20 laps?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot less at the start of that run. There towards the end, you could definitely see the lap time starting to go off the cliff.
Yeah, that's that concrete tire or the concrete track with the banking. So I kind of assume those are going to get chewed up a little bit more than they would on asphalt. Yeah, well, congratulations on the stage victory. Hopefully, we can talk to you here in the next 40-ish laps.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Hopefully.
All right, well, keep it clean out there and have a good race.
Thank you.
That was the 11 car.
Leader taking top.
Dustin Rhinestone was here. He's going to take the top on the restart, so he's looking to get that first momentum and take a nice move on the big arcing into the first turn. James, what do you think about that first stage? I mean, we got a caution-free first stage. I kind of got surprised when he's pitted. I thought he might have had an accident, but nope, just a strategic call on Dustin Ranso's part.
Yeah, again, Dustin usually comes into the race with a game plan. He's usually the first one in, has the better chance of racking in some clean laps there while everybody else might be fighting for position. But at the same time, you know, Albert Williams was by himself, so I'm not sure exactly why, after only taking fuel, Dustin was able to crank out some fast laps and put Ty Williams down in P4 at the end of the stage. And then looks like a couple guys outpitted him. I see Brandon Cotton with a 10-second stop. So we'll see what happens if he only took two. Looks like the lights are out in the pace car. I'll throw it back to you.
That's right. Pace car lights are out, so we're coming into the start of the next stage. And with that 10-second stop from Brandon Cotton, he is probably only took right side tires, so we'll see how that's going to pay out for him as he came over for fuel and then fuel and tires on the right side only. We'll see how that stacks up to the rest of the field, taking all four tires. As Ryan says, going to lead him to the start of the flag. Drop the flag for start of stage 2 here on lap 49. gets that good start as he wanted, he'll take a nice wide arc entry into turn 1 and going to look to put a gap on the rest of these guys. So after that first stint, you know, he knew about 20 laps in what his tires were going to be at, and figured out how he could spread the love with the tire wear and the fuel equally. So these guys are going to be going to lap 93. It's going to give us 43 laps, almost the same as stage 1 of green flag racing. We'll see how he breaks it up here. Decides if he's going to go with just a fuel stop again. As these guys do have 2 sets of tires, so he could technically use another one and then have one for the end of the stage break too. But one of these times you want to break up, so you use these guys with a strategic pause. As you got Ty Williams trying to make his way back up to the field and inside the 0-0. Great shots from the onboard cam. Get to see how close these guys run together, giving plenty of room, but Justin comes just down, almost doors each other. No surprise there as you got Caster getting all up in the back of Ty Williams. I surprised himself with that as Williams clears himself in front of the 0-0. There it is, we got Coke Zero is it. So that is a Coke Zero white scheme car for Ty Williams. Get a good look at the back of the field. Jason Huffman back there as well. So Huffman going back in positions. Cunningham trying to work his way back up now. Started in P3, finds himself back down to 8th place. Brandon Thayer tries to keep it off the wall, gets up in the marbles. These guys are going 3 wide on the backstretch. The backstretch has 6 degrees of banking, so these guys are never fully straight in the entire track, with the turns being 14 degrees and the front stretch being 9-degree banking. These guys are never really fully straight as Huffman makes a quick lateral movement here, surprising Caster. Caster almost gets in the wall, almost does the Justin Thayer line. Trevor Mack working his way back up. He's back down in P8, fighting for P7 with Ant Caster. These guys are slicing and dicing. We got Huffman going left to right, surprising Caster. Caster going up top, almost getting the wall on the trial ball. Now he's got Trevor Mack on his inside. Trevor Mack kind of messed up there. Oh, we got Thayer. Justin Thayer goes nose into the wall. As we still stayed green, so the crash wasn't hard enough to cause a caution, I believe. That was the 71. I'm not surprised. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was down in front. That was Jason Huffman. Huffman getting in the back of Thayer. Not significant enough to cause an actual caution, so we are still green flag racing. We're trying to look at this incident, see what happened. Yeah, Huffman just went from right to left real quick. Not sure if he might have got up into the door or might have doored the wall at all, but he went right to left real quick. That's going to put Justin Thayer in the pits with a nose damage. He's going to look for a big rebound tonight. We got the 9. That's James Olofsson rocking the United States Air Force car. The car always kind of throws me off because it's the white and almost a Coast Guard International orange. I think it's a Coast Guard car, but it's not. It's the United States Air Force. The Thunderbirds paint scheme, I believe. The Air Force is Thunderbirds. There it is. It says right on the side of the door. It's just like I thought. I know my planes somewhat. And if only we would have seen the 53 out here, or 52, he would have had the Blue Angels paint scheme. We would have had both Navy and Air Force out here with their birds on the side of the cars. Shoot, next time I come out there with the Coast Guard, I'll put the Coast Guard car out there. Let's look for that for the old patriotic race. We got Norm Snyder still back here, still charging hard. Back here in P12. With his Haviland paint scheme, fresh on the car with the new paint scheme, the new livery, on that new Ford Mustang these guys get. As a Chevy driver, I am truly jealous that these guys have new cars to work on and new cars to drive. I wish. Don't think we're going to get a new Chevy anytime soon, as the Camaro is going to be getting decommissioned. No more Camaros moving forward. But Camry's Mustang staying alive with their new styles. You got they call it the hammerhead style, the front of the Camrys. I heard that at the Daytona 500 watching up 2 weeks ago. They're calling that nose the hammerhead look. I dig it. I could take on that.
Didn't the Corvettes have a shark nose version like in the early 80s? Maybe they're piggybacking off of that. It did.
With that, or you're talking about the Stingray?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Corvette Stingray version.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I didn't know that's what the cameras are called out. I just heard it calling on the broadcast when they had Jeff Gordon talk about it, and they had Jimmy Johnson. Johnson was qualified for the Daytona 500, so he was out there rocking the hammerhead. I don't know if his 500 got cut short with the earlier incident. So sad for the 7th time, but he made it for the qualifying, so it was good to see him come out there and put on a new show with Cameron in the old 84 scheme now, because he's 48 owned by Hendrick, so he's running the 84 now. Part-time driver Jimmy Johnson. I don't think he's doing full-time. He might just only done the Daytona. We'll see what he comes back and does for the rest of the season.
I think he's doing 6 races, including a couple of road courses, Coda, Phoenix.
Yeah, you know if he's still doing Indy stuff, or is he done with Indy?
No, he's done with Indy.
Okay.
I think that scared him a little bit. It's too easy to get hurt. He had a great experience, and I think he still might be trying to do an Indy 500 bid, but not with, obviously there's no Toyota, so I think that's fallen through now.
Yeah, as we see, speaking of Toyota, Maisel in on lap 62. So he's back to the strategy games. He did less than 20 laps. He did 15 laps there.
Deja vu.
We started on lap 49, lap 62 he brings it in, so 13 laps, comes in for a splash of fuel.
If I was any of these guys, I'd do what Dustin did, because it sure worked last stage.
That's
I'd
right.
be right in behind him.
There's Thayer's coming in now, so Brandon Thayer and Castor both linked as soon as you see that 11 car going, they went immediately the next lap. So Dustin's coming out. You got Jason Huffman working against Trevor Mack now in the Reese's car. Even though he's got a Reese's scheme, he's still got the little ghost in the back of his car. He's rocking the rear quarter panels. You see just a little white ghost scheme. So making sure he lets everybody know he still rocks the ghost cars. He's getting his feet wet pretty paint. I know he was talking to me earlier, and he's got a whole bunch of schemes he's been working on. And I know that feeling very well. Once you get your car dialed in for the numbers, everything you want to have, you can just move with different colors, different sponsors, and you can just crank them out. As you see on this side, his name's too long. He wants to be seen. Trevor Mack. We'll go ahead and give that to James. James, the first one to use that one, so that's a trademark Johnson kind of thing.
All good. Looks like Andrew Miller's coming in now, and
so everyone's coming in for fuel. Justin Thaler unfortunately had to come in for a full set of tires and maybe a quick repair, because I'm not sure how hard he nosed it in, but it looked fairly hard. But he was able to keep the car going straight, so we did not get a caution. I'm sure he probably would have liked to have had one, but just a solo car with a little nose in the wall and keep racing.
he's going to have to work hard to get a lucky dog, though. He's got 4 cars in front of him, also 1 lap down. So let's see if the double zero can come in. There's still 2/3 of the race to go.
Yeah, we'll see how far he can stretch this tank out. I'm sure he just came in and got tires before stage break, and now he had to get another set of tires. So, not sure if he didn't recognize. Maybe he just took fuel and it was a fast repair. I'm not sure, but he had a 14-second stop. So if he took 2 tires within a matter of 3 laps, that's not going to bode well for the last bit of this race. So we'll see how he runs here and makes his way back up to the field. And we got Dustin Rhinestone now all over the back of the 4. This is not 4 position, as Rhinestone is making his way in P7. Coming up to these guys, Huffman right now is the lead car. So there's Rhinestone, P7 right behind P1. Moving up to P6 as these guys are making their way in and out of the pits. You see cars coming in low line. There's Ty Williams there making his way back on the speedway. I'm sure we'll see Huffman come down here pretty soon. But for now, if I'm Rhinestone, that's exactly who you want to see in front of you after that early stop. I'm going to let that 4 know that, hey, You may be the leader now, but when you make the way the pit stop, I will be there. As he's going to go ahead and unlap himself, so nice little back on the lead lap. Sitting in P4. Ant Castro going side by side with Tad Williams now. This is a battle for position. These guys will be sitting relatively in the 3 and 4 spot once the pit cycles come through and Huffman, Taylor, and Clarence Prince make their pit stops. Currently on track, this is a battle for 6. As you got the old diet soda versus the American beer. Battle of the liquids on track. As you see in most of these cars, you will see not all of them have it, but you'll see a yellow banner and a yellow spoiler that does designate that these guys are in the chase. Some people forget to put the decals on, so I assure you the majority of the drivers in this field are in the chase, as the Cup Series is one of our smaller fields that run every week. We're looking to get people up here. There's certain requirements you gotta meet to be in the Cup, guys, so all these guys up here are one of the top of the field kind of guys. These guys very, very good. Very used to racing each other, so they know where to take lines. And usually, if there's an accident, it truly is an accident. These guys keep level heads and they race each other week in and week out. You hardly ever see a newbie in this series. Trevor Mack, I believe, might be him and Brandon Condon, one of the newer ones since I can remember. Get a good look at Chris Taylor. Finally finding his Ford paint scheme. I know last time these guys raced out here in Richmond, that was just after, it was like a week or two after everybody came out with the new bodies of cars, so people were kind of having some messed up paint schemes, but we've had 2 weeks off of these guys racing, so they're able to go in there and find a paint scheme that works for their cars now. Chris Taylor always been one of the Ford guys, so you'll see him rocking a Ford, or he'll rock a Shelby one. He's pretty sturdy on his, just like his son. Like father, like son. Justin, pretty standard, and knowing that he's going to run the Castro Zero car. So as soon as I saw that Castro Edge car, I sent him a direct message. Hey, your car's in the paint shop. He's like, heck yes. He said, good looking out, man. We use different wording than that, but I'm not going to repeat those on stream. James Olson back here in P13. He's having himself a go of a night. Best laps of 29.974, so getting used to it.
It's like Trevor McLaughlin's trying to make some move here.
See, Trevor Mack, that's on Sean Cunningham. Physical position on track. These guys, no stranger to battling. You got the Jegs black or white scheme with on the outside of the Reese's car. That's Andrew Millicent behind him, lurking, waiting for one lane to make a mistake. This is for P9 overall. Cunningham doing better of it so far with the momentum carrying on the outside. But Trevor Mack able to dive it down deep in there. Looking to make a slide job. They're going to touch. They're going to rub doors. Trevor Mack holding it down. That's going to let Andrew Miller get up there and make some magic. As he too went on the outside line. So you see Andrew Miller running way up higher, getting in the marbles. He's going to get in the wall. He's going the Taylor line. The wall tap on the right side. No harm, no foul. A composite body holding up very well here in the racing world. Now Trevor Mack's looking back on the inside of Sean Cunningham. These guys battling hard for P9 overall. Looking real good out here. Every position counts for something. Andrew Miller in the Sig Sauer car. He might be forcing a 3 wide here pretty soon. One going high. Miller's keeping it down low. Cunningham going way high, getting in the marbles. He's trying to keep it off the wall. That's not where you want to be, Sean. That's the wrong kind of line to run. That's the marble. That's the slippery area. He's looking to clean off those tires now, getting the inside, scrub some speed off, clean those tires. This guy's duking out back there. Andrew Miller almost gets into the Trevor Mack again. You guys are having a doozy of a battle back here. Nothing changing so much up front. You got Huffman still out in front of Chris there and Clarence Prince. These guys are 1, 2, 3. They have not come in for the pits yet. But action on track is right here with these three drivers going back and forth. At one point, Miller was behind both of them. Now he's in front of both these guys. He got the twofer right there. Worked hard. Made the move on both of these guys. Coming up to Clarence Prince. That's not for position. Clarence Prince is in P3. He has yet to make his pit stop. Last time he was in was lap 46, so he's got another stop to make. These guys have until lap 93, so 13 more to go. 12 when they come to line, left for the stage. Miller getting around Clarence Prince now.
Sean Cunningham using Clarence Prince as a pick, forcing Trevor McLaughlin to drop back and get behind in line behind Cunningham. So a little basketball move, elbows up for Sean Cunningham in the white 71.
Yeah, it's a little surprising because I know Prince's car is a lot lighter because he has less fuel in his car right now. But these guys are making the moves. Maybe the fuel in the car is helping keep their car weighed down, keeping the grip on the track. Clarence Prince not losing position to these guys, just losing spots on track, but not spots in the position wise, as he's still sitting P3 right now. These guys still battling over 10th and 11th now. As Andrew Miller's kind of pulled away. Now you got James Alton getting lapped by these guys now, so he's looking to be in 2 laps down. With Williams getting past him, Ty Williams currently sitting in P7 behind Brandon Thayer, who's P6. Just in front of them, there you see the dark car, that's Ant Castor, and way up in front of them is Dustin Reinstugel. So while this isn't for position on track, as Huffman and Thaler have come in, so Clarence Prince, the sole car out on track without a pit stop yet, or without a pit stop this stage, got 10 laps to do it. Not sure if he's going to make it that far, but this battle, right, technically is for P3. Once the pit cycles go through, these guys are training positions now. Get a great look at the safer rear cam. See the true speed these guys really coming at you. See the different lines. Olson's up high line, let the lead flaps guys go. Might have gotten a little bit of the wall there. There he is. So Clarence Prince making his pit stop before the end of the stage. He's going to cycle back out. Looks like he's going to be in P12, maybe P13 by the time they cycle through. So Thaler's slowly making his way up. He's still in P13, just about to get around Clarence Prince, maybe. But these two have been stuck together like peanut butter and jelly. Cannot seem to get a gap. Cannot seem to get a break with these guys. Mack takes a bounce off the wall, running the Castro edge line, getting himself a blue stripe on a nice orange and yellow paint scheme he's got out today. These two duking out. We got some awesome green flag racing here. 86 laps with the only caution for stage, so no caution for incident. These drivers are running fairly broken out now. You've got a couple of little gaps of people battling. Yeah, Williams and Castor and Thaler, those three are all in a nice little group bunch now. You have P2, 3, and 4. Right now, Cunningham is giving Trevor Mack everything he can to work for. Coming up to 5 laps to go in stage break. Maybe these guys are as close as I thought it was. I was looking at the little timing thing. It showed yellowish, almost orange. So we got little indicators on our timing screens that kind of show how close you guys are. When you get within a second, it turns yellow, and you get within half a second, it turns orange. So Brandon Thayer right now looking to get fourth place stage points as Ty Williams trying to get past Castor, needing anything he can get. Right now, everything's going over well for the 11 car, just adding stage points away from these guys. Every time he finishes stage in front of everybody, he puts himself a bigger gap in between them. Sitting 50 points ahead of these guys right now. Ty Williams is the closest driver, 250 points behind. After stage break, they're going to add one more point to that for 51. I'm sorry, I didn't get any stage points, so that's five more points right now. Ryan Settle sits 55 points out ahead of the 81 car now. Let's see what that did for everybody else's points. Yep, so as currently with the first stage in hand, coming up to 3 laps to go, that should just extend his gap and lead over the rest of the field. As Cunningham has made his way around the 90 now. These guys have been running neck and neck, nose to tail for the majority of, I don't know, at least 15 laps. Once you think one of them pulls away, then the other one just drives him back up in there. Coming up lap 92, so the pits are closed now. These guys cannot hit the pits anymore. It's around lap 91 now, so they cannot hit the pits anymore. We're going to stay green until the stage break at lap 93. As the 11 cars come up to the back of the 00. Just going to show how hard the 00 is working at it. Last person he wants to see past him is 11. He does not want to see him pass the 83 because that's going to give the 83 the first lucky dog. So Justin Taylor and the 83 Clarence Prince are going to be fighting here, not to let the 11 get by them, as they want to keep on the lead lap. We'll see how hard Justin pushes it, as he has about a second gap over Ty Williams, so he might be playing nice here. Looks like he's cutting these guys a break as they come up the stage break, making sure he gets all of his maximum points as Williams got past Castor, so he got the extra point he wants, the point he desperately needs. But I don't know who's happier, if Williams is happy to get the extra stage point, or if Justin Taylor's happy to not lose a lap on these guys. Because if he would have gotten past him and Clarence Prince, that would have given Clarence the first lucky dog, and that would have put Justin a lap down. So Justin's probably giving a big kudos right now to the 11 car, not passing him and lapping him, sacrificing some of the speed he knew was coming to the end of the stage. So he knew he wasn't going to lose anything. Just made sure he had to cross that finish line before the 81 did. We'll see if we can get some information coming down through Dustin. I was trying to get him here for another interview for a stage break. But that is the end of stage 2. As they cross the line, Ryan Settle P1, Ty Williams P2, and Castor P3. Brandon Thayer in the 46 gets P4, and Brandon Cotton coming up in P5. So Cotton getting himself some stage points. Cotton was one of the late starters, so he currently just stole stage points from any of the other cars who have a chance in the chase. There you see these guys taking up. There's the right side going up. See if the left goes up. Almost identical. These guys in symmetry right now. As soon as one goes in, they both go in and go out at the same exact time as Castor. Castor might have lost a spot there. Nope, looks like he made the spot. Just able to keep that spot from Thayer. Almost thought Thayer was going to short the stop just to beat Castor out of there. So Ant Castor rocking the Venom helmet tonight. I'm sure we're going to get the 11 coming back in here. Maybe not. Looks like we got the 46 of Brandon Thayer in here. Brandon doing an awesome job tonight racing. We'll see if we can get him unmuted. Brandon, you got me? How you doing tonight, bud?
Hey, Aaron, I got you.
How's your race going? Looks like you almost beat Castor out of the pits there. I thought you might have got it, but timing screen kind of caught up with us and put Castor in front of you. You're having a good race tonight. Up 3 spots from P7 qualifying. Feeling good out
Yeah,
there?
it's been a blast of a race so far. It's the strategy is a little close to say the least in terms of fuel, but it's been a blast racing with everybody so far and trying to outsmart Dustin and get good pit times as well. It's been tough, but a ton of fun.
Good luck outsmarting the 11. That guy's the smartest guy I know out on track. So I know you guys had a great race. You guys we have had no caution for incidents here, so it's been nice to watch you guys keep it clean and been a blast to stream for you guys. I mean, you guys have been keeping it well clean tonight. There's only one almost incident between the 4 and the 00, so not enough to cause caution. But you guys are having yourself a good night. And like I said before, you're up 3 positions and from P7 starting, so you got this last stage to go. As did Huffman crash? Oh, I'm sorry, I get something on the timing board, but okay. Yeah, but you're having a good night tonight, and you guys have you're coming to almost 150. Oh, I'm sorry, not 100. You guys have about 52 more laps to go, if I'm not mistaken.
55.
55. Okay, so yep, lights are on the pace car, so you're gonna go ahead and line up here, and wish you luck for the rest of the race. We'll see if you get this 46 on the top step tonight. Steal one from Dustin.
Hey, I'll do my best to get my first win in the league. I'll do anything for it.
All right, well, don't do too much now.
Okay, well, not anything.
Yeah, don't want to get trouble. Have a good race, and hopefully we talk to you here in about 55 laps.
I appreciate it. It sounds good.
Have a good one, man. That was Brandon Thayer. Your number 4, your P4 on track, number 46 on car. Coming up to the last stage. Jason Huffman rocking the rowdy paint, the rowdy helmet. There you go. I like seeing that Kyle Busch helmet in the GR4 car. So here we go. We're right on board with Huffman here at the start. We'll see these guys start stacking up. Ryan said I was going to give him the green flag when he comes to the Geico restart zone, and we are off. Sort of looks like we got some surprise. Huffman all over the back of the 90 car. These guys starting to single file out already as the 60 takes it deep in there on the outside of the 8. Runs a little wide. Andrew Miller runs with him. But there it is. A 46 makes the move on Castor and on Williams. So he had himself a heck of a start. I'm sure he was behind. You know what? Dustin probably took the outside, and Brandon Thayer was behind him. So as soon as he saw that car go, he went with it. So now he's going to have to fight hard to keep that 81 on the outside and behind him, as the 81 looking to carry the momentum on the top line. 46 staying well down below him. Does not want to get that net code. Net code is a thing in this world. As much as we don't want it to be, it happens. For people that don't know net coding is when the internet gods and the demons of the internet can't figure out where one car is in relative to speed. So these guys may be 3 or 4 feet off each other, but in game, depending on the angle and the speed and the braking of where these cars are at, it thinks that they are right next to each other. So you'll see cars crashing without actually hitting each other. So it's a thing that happens. We all have to live and die by it, but we keep going. Lap 100 of 150, 2/3 of this race is over, and Williams has made his way around Thayer. So Thayer's going to look to see what Williams is doing as Castor gets on the inside of it, puts his front right nose on the 46's left rear. So he's going to bring it down the inside. So that great start from Thayer not paying off, as he gets the 81 and the 8 on the inside. He gets a little loose up there. Oh, he's going to go around in front of the field. Oh, that's a big one. That's going to hurt. That's more than half the field. You see the 7s weave through, and the 29 made it through. But just as we were talking to him, looking back, we saw it. He got out in the marbles and tried to save it. And just, you saw the entry there. He's up high, and he's going to get out of these marbles, and then you'll see the car step out as the 8 comes in the inside, surprises him a little bit more, so it's going to make him not steer so far to the left. Right there's a start of the spin. See the tires come out, the lines come out as you keep him counter steering inside, trying to keep it off the wall, trying to bet his best lightning queen to go left, you got to go right. Trying to do it, now he's got to go right to go left. And he's not able to save it, trying to lock it down here, keep, but that's just in front of the rest of the field. Poor Brandon Collins got nowhere to go. Trevor Mack doing lawn care service for us tonight, keeping his car out of the incident. Looks like it might have only been the 2 cars. Oh, Huffman. Oh, there's Huffman and Miller getting involved in it. Oh, just an overall fresh tires. Which what happens, you get caught out by surprise. Brandon Conn losing a whole lot of time and a lot of composite body as well. That 60 car took a brunt into that damage as he T-bones the side of the 46. So right now we got the 29, the 46 are in the pits getting their damage fixed. I hope they have a fast repair as they've taken a fairly long stop. I'm not sure if they have it because right now they're both at 40 plus seconds. That is surprising. These guys are supposed to have a quick repair. We haven't had a caution. Thayer comes out after a 51-second pit stop, and Miller still in there.
The broadcaster curse is contagious, Aaron.
I know. I don't want it to be, man. You're doing so good. We're doing so good all night, and of course, it happens. I mean, we don't want it to be a thing, but it seems to be happening in real life as much as it happens in sim life. The one surprise I don't see yet is I haven't seen Brandon Conn. He might have had a fast repair because he had a 5-second pit stop. So a couple guys coming in. Jason Huffman, the 4, Justin Taylor in the 00, and Brandon Conn in the 60. Those guys had a sub 6-second pit stop. So they might have had their fast repair saved up. But Thayer and Miller were in the pits for 51 and a minute and 5 seconds. So those guys taking the brunt of the damage as far as pit stops go. But good news for the rest of the field, that's going to put everybody in the lead lap now. Now we're going to have a fight in our hands. We get 46 laps when they come to green flag. 46 laps, 14 cars, all of them on the lead lap. I see these guys trying to keep these tires warm. But Ryan Settle choosing the outside again, looking for that big arc and sweep. We'll see what Williams has for him. We'll be right along with Trevor Mack. Best spot in the house right here. See these guys take up the first restart. As Dustin leads him off. Toyota's taking up 1 and 2. Here we go, back racing now. As 8 car almost gets to the side of the 81. 71 will get really high, keeping it off the wall. And who looked out of all that? That's the 7 car, Chris Taylor. He's finding himself back up to P6. And Castor and Chris both wrapping the highest mover award with 8 position each. But Chris, lucking out that whole incident, finding himself P6 now on the back of Trevor Mack. Just behind him, you got Clarence Prince in the 83 Toyota Red Bull car. These guys are all kind of fighting now for position. Everybody on track is within a second of each other. We're start seeing some groups form up here as we're all trying to line up and under one line, get as much draft as we can.
Saw Dustin Reinstadel using the apron for the first time in this race. Trying to break the draft and pull away a little bit from Ty Williams. These two are battling for the championship in Midwest Motorsports Cup Series. And if I'm correct, and what I saw on Dustin Reinstadel's rear bumper, now he's kind of got farther away. I see some rookie stripes up there on Dustin Reinstedt's yellow rear bumper.
Rookie stripes?
Yeah, there's two little yellow stripes on the bottom of the rear bumper to let the car behind know this is Dustin Reinstedt's first full season in the Cup Series.
Oh, okay. I thought that was what they did for playoffs.
Well, on the windshield visor and the rear spoiler, those yellow accents indicate chase drivers, but on the rear bumper, they call it the rookie stripe. And after the season, it's they usually have a ceremony where they rip off your rookie stripes.
Oh, well, look at you teaching me something new. I
It's
never
all right.
knew that fact. All right, I pay attention to that actual real racing now.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking to see. Oh, Chris Taylor, keeping it on the grass, keeping it straight. Doing his best. Trevor Mack, long
But I
term
knew.
with us.
You want to go track him down? Let it ride.
No, he just got a little loose on the grass and just took care of the grass for us. So nothing bad. I saw. I just caught it in the background, kept it off the wall, and just kind of veered and went straight into the grass. So we wanted to make sure it didn't take anybody else out.
Good save, Chris.
Good save, Chris. As we got both grandpas back here, North Sounder and Chris Taylor. These guys are the dog days of summer right here, fighting for position back here, P10.
That is a good looking paint on the 28 there.
Yeah, we got a fresh
Good
paint
on
scheme.
you.
I know he's not used to running that many sponsors, but you know he takes what he gets in the trading paints, and he found a Havley one that worked for him. So he's got a nice couple paint schemes, a nice couple sponsors added onto that. Wonder if we'll get to see that car run out in real life with somebody this season. Maybe it's just it'd be cool to see that like Darlington, like a throwback. Or I mean, I'm talking about IRL.
Sure. And did you also help Chris Taylor out with his paint?
I did not. Chris Taylor, he
Okay.
finds his on. He gets his from just TP. The only ones I've done in this series have been just did Clarence Prince's actually. I did his. I found Justin's for him, and then I've helped Trevor figure some things out with his. Without actually, he did all of his paint scheme himself. I just showed him how to do different spec mappings and how to do different things with the layering to make them all pop better and show up brighter.
Chris has some cool textures going on there with the blue and the black blending in.
Yeah, it's like you get a solid on one side, you have a solid royal, then you have the navy, then the solid royal, and then you have the royal
There it
with
is.
the pattern texture, yeah.
Pretty cool. Shout out to our boys Colin Huffman and Adam Sondag for looking at these camera views and making it easy for us to work cameras without them.
Yeah, I find it interesting. They call it Nashville Superspeedway. It's only a mile and a third. I thought Superspeedway was have to be 2 miles.
You're not looking for logic in the NASCAR world, are you?
Oh, yeah, right. I tell you what I can't wait to do is I can't wait to go watch the Cup Series recap after this.
Oh my gosh, what a finish.
I heard you talking about it while we were setting up the broadcast. I'm like, wait, are you talking about the truck race on Friday? You're like, no, I'm talking about the Cup Series right now. Oh, no, Andrew Miller in the 29.
No spoiler.
He has
What happened?
retired
Oh,
this Sig Sauer car. He had himself a good run earlier when he was battling with Trevor and Sean Cunningham. So, 29 retiring from the race. I think he might have left his oven on with the pizza burning. Hopefully, we don't have to call the fire department out there for him and make sure he's all good to go. Maybe he got surprised by me talking about the Cup. He had to go see the extended highlights. He's like, oh crap, I can't
yeah,
wait.
exactly. There's the rookie stripes on either side of the
There they
Toyota.
are.
So
Okay,
he still has the yellow chase on the rear spoiler, but those rookie stripes. Let Ty know. We all know that Dustin's no rookie. He had a great run in the Truck Series Friday night. It was amazing. These same two guys were duking it out lap after lap after lap after lap. I'm not going to tell you who won, but go to twitch.tv/Rivenvale and catch the truck race. It was an amazing race all throughout. very few cautions. Incredible racing for the truck guys. Only 2 or 3 additional cautions other than the stage. Twitch.tv/ribbonveiled. Check it out. As well as this broadcast will be replayed. As Ty Williams going on the outside now, Dustin Reinstedel completes the pass.
No, Dustin doing Dustin things, going in the pits.
Aha.
He's doing his own outsmarting moves, so I'm sure if we get Dustin up here at the end of the race for a victory, we'll go ahead and ask him about his race stripes. I'll let you bring that one up, because I didn't know that fact until you told me about it. So I'd love to hear him try to justify why he's got rookie stripes on the car.
Yeah, buddy.
Or if he even knows that's what the thing is. Knowing Dusty, he should know because he knows a lot about NASCAR.
100% he does. Oh, Ant Caster comes in.
There you go. So we have people making the stops now. Caster making sure that as soon as he's at 11 goes in, he's going to do it the next lap or the same lap. He might have been back a bit further.
So these guys are putting Dustin Reinstedel 1 lap down. So no whammies, no yellows. Yellow flag would be the worst thing to happen for Dustin Reinstedel right now.
Yeah, because if Caster comes out in front of him.
And as soon as I say something, the 4 Huffman was coming into pit and almost got run over by Cotton. And this allows Justin Thaler, who is back on the lead lap in P5. I know a couple of guys have pitted, but Justin Thaler, good to see him back in contention at least.
He has been working hard tonight after that earlier incident that led to no caution. I'm sure he was kicking about that one, but he's been put his head down and find his way back up here, back at P5. We'll see if he can get this Castro Edge car up a few more spots. He's got Brandon Cotton in front of him, rocking this Milwaukee John Deere kind of combo. I know he's got John Deere in his rear bumper.
I know there's another fun fact I want to bring up, Aaron.
Go ahead.
I think you know about the 00 number on Justin Thaler's vehicles are also coded for the iRacing safety car, so we cannot ride with Justin or put the camera directly on him, so we have to keep him close to another car in order to get him in the shot.
Is that still with the Cup cars? I know it got fixed with the Road Series.
Yeah, I think that was because Adam was running it with the SDK proper and not just a remote control.
Got it. Okay. Well, sorry, Justin. The only screen time you get if we can watch other cars. So make sure you stay right behind somebody. We can get a good look at you. As these guys are coming up now.
Number 11 coming right up on him.
That's right. They're coming back to the number 9 car. So Dustin coming out with a full head of heat now. Dustin is a lap down to these guys, but he will, if everything rides out well, he'll look at be keeping P1 when these guys make their stop. As Cotton slowing down, maybe he's looking to come in soon. Yep, there you go. I noticed he was way off the pace, so he's coming in to make his stop. That's going to promote Thaler to P4 now.
I don't think Reinstedel's going to wait on him this time.
No, he's not. He's going to take it inside here. He's not looking to, the slower he goes, the more of a chance Green decides to catch up to him. So he's always pedal down and throttling out as fast as he can. There he is, our very own Midwest Motorsports professional Denny Hamlin impersonator. Although he has one up Denny, he's actually won championships. So.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story there, Aaron.
That's right. Denny's a good racer. He just had unfortunate circumstances and things play out his way. So hopefully he'll get one soon. I think he's one of those top guys that very good racer, just never been able to win a championship. And hopefully that doesn't stick around much longer. I think 2024 could be a season. So Reinstedt promoting himself to P6 now. Almost P5 with the cycles coming through. Still got some cars left to pit. Trevor Max currently serving his pit right now. You still got the 83 of Clarence Prince, the 7 of Chris Thaler, the 00 of Justin Thaler, and Ty Williams still needing to pit. Justin might come in a little bit later because he last pit on lap 101 with a short fuel stop. So maybe, I'm not sure how long he can save, but That's 101 to 150. That's 49 laps. He's going to have to try and save for that. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I know these guys said that towards the end of the stint, they were getting really worn down tires, so not sure how that played out as far as fuel went. But the 60, Brandon Condon back here, P10 now after his pit stop. He came in for fuel and tires. So we got a couple guys playing different strategies. Brandon Thayer and Trevor Mack came in for tires and right sides only because they had a 9-second stop, sub 10 second. Brandon Condon, Norm Schneider, James Olafson coming in for full fuel and tires, as well as Chris Thaler and Clarence Prince for full fuel and tires. So P7 and up have done fuel and rights only. As Ty Williams in the pits, he comes out with right sides only. And Justin Taylor is in the pits as well. We'll see when he comes out. 9-second stop, so right side. So P7 and up, right sides and fuel only for these drivers. P8 and all the way down to 13th. Those are guys left on track. They did full fuel and tires. So we're back with Brendan Thayer on the outside, Trevor Mack, and then you got Sean Cunningham in between them.
Brandon Cotton.
I'm sorry, Brandon Cotton. Yeah, good call, good catch. These guys are all fighting for a position right now. So they are fighting for P6 right now. Cunningham a little bit clear of these guys. He's sent P4 just in front of these guys. So Trevor Mack, we know he's good at battling. He was side by side basically with Cunningham for about 15-20 laps. We'll see how he does here. Brandon Thayer on his outside. And we'll see how far that double here is going to go. No, he came in for tires. He came in for fuel already. So everybody's done with his stops now. Stops will be completed.
I could be wrong. I think Justin has to stop. He did come in once after a spin or making contact. He came in early, so I believe I could be wrong.
He just came out at lap 127.
He did 127.
Yep.
Thank you. You're right, Aaron. Once again.
All good. Hey, you caught one thing on me earlier, so it was always good to catch. We have two pairs of eyes looking, all good.
That's right. Teamwork, man.
Makes the dream work. So, Trevor Mack here, P8, not his strongest showing. He started up at P5, so he's falling back a little bit, trying to make some moves back up here. You got Brandon Conn in front of him. He's up 3 spots from his 10th place start up to 7th. Brandon Thayer up 1 spot from his 7th place start to P6, but the biggest mover on track is Ant Castor. As I say it, we get right on him. James read my mind. He's up 10 spots from his 12th place start up to P2. And he's got Ty Williams behind him trying to hunt him down. Now Castor came in on lap 118 for right sides of fuel as opposed to Ty Williams on lap 127. So Castor's going to have 9 lap older tires than Williams. We'll see how those pay off, as right now he's got 2 seconds over Williams. I'm sure the tire deck's going to start picking up here. I got 18 laps to go. Look for Williams to start making some moves up here as Castor's slowly reeling in Ryan Settle. Just shy of 1 second now. He was a second and a half. Now he's sitting inside the second mark. So Castor might be getting in that draft now and pulling his car forward, which is not only helping him out to catch Ryan Settle, but it's also putting that gap between him and Williams here. Williams is now sitting a second and a half, so he's closed the gap half a second, 2 laps. We're going to come down to a fairly good finish here. We got these guys all reeling each other in. Ryan Settle's kind of getting held up by Clarence Prince here, I think. Might be getting some of that dirty air. Yes, James.
I'm trying. There he goes. There's Clarence Prince. You're right.
There it is. You want to get involved in this race action with us? There's a QR code. Take you to Midwest-Motorsports.com. As Ryan said on the 11, gets in the side of 83. I'm sorry for that cutoff, but the 83 and the 11, not what he wants to have happen now. But this door being in action, You see the 83 Red Bull car, Clarence Prince trying not to go a lap down. Fighting hard with the 11. That's going to let Caster catch right up. Now it sits 0.3 of a second back. You want to get on this race action, Midwest-Motorsports.com. We got 4 series. We got GT4s running on Tuesday nights between Pro and Amateur. We have 43 drivers that were registered last race. And then we have trucks on Friday, Xfinity on Saturdays, and Cup on Sundays, which is what you're watching now. We get the cool down lap on Monday night, so basically 5 nights a week. You got Rivervale Twitch stream running as Caster's running to make a move on the back of this 11 car, trying to put his nose in the back of those rookie stripes and look to put himself in victory lane here. Caster would love to get a win here. He hasn't had a win all season. It's been the Ryan Settle Williams show for the better part of most of the racing, with a couple other truck cars winning here. But I'll tell you what, that 8 car is going to want to get his win and skyrocket himself from the chase. Currently, Caster sits P5 in the chase, so a win here will do him wonders, getting him max points as he can get. He's had a good couple of stages. Got 3rd in stage 2 and 5th in stage 1. Now he's got Tyler Williams on his inside, closing down the gap. So once Reinstetter got clear the 83, he was able to start setting sail. And now the 81 getting underneath Caster. So Caster getting surprised. As fast as he was catching Reinstetter, worked those tires too hard on the outside and was turning them down too sharp and tore those tires out. That's what the difference is between lap 118 and lap 127 tires. As now Reinstedt's got 11 laps to hold off the 81. The 81 is charging hard on those 10 lap pressure tires. Reinstedt's little mix up with the 83 there did not help his circumstances at all, as now you got the 81 the inside of the 83. So he's closing the gap really quick now. He's sitting within 0.3 of the 11 car now. 3 Hammerhead cars, 1, 2, and not 3, but 3 on track. All of the Toyotas. Those guys are running really hard next to each other right now. The 81 is slowly. That is making the sweat run down the 11's head right now. He's got 10 laps to hold off Albert Williams. Dustin's had pole, stage 1 and stage 2 victories. Can he hold off the hard-charging 81 to get himself a sweep from Richmond to Atlanta? I'm sorry, Nashville. Richmond to Nashville, and it's looking like the 81 is going to get next to him real close. 11 trying to hold the momentum line. You know, he wants that 81 to dive in there like that. He's just going to wear his tires out more. As Ryan was taking the high line, looking for momentum to carry him out, but the 81 is going to make the move. Is he going to make it stick now? That's Dustin. You know what? Dustin probably playing it smarter. That's where you want to be. You want to be behind the guy in front of you. Let the guy go and use the draft. Make the move stick later in the end. So for the 11 car, he wants to stay as close as he can to the 81. The 81 is trying to pull away, and pulling away he is. Already over half a second in front of the 11, just 1 lap. Those fresh tires are helping the 81 out. Might have caught the 11. Say, I know you got some strategies here, young buck, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this car around you. And around he did, worked it hard, and it's nothing left Dustin could do. He's got to hold off. No, he doesn't have to hold off Caster. Caster's 2 seconds behind him, so right now, 11 car just got to try to hold pace now. Last time around, Ryan said I was at a 30.3 compared to Ty Williams' 29.9. Now Dustin's last lap was a 30.5, so tire degradation is showing. But the 81, he's looking to put a cap on this Reinseller show. He's fully aware that Dustin took every stage he could last time out of Richmond. And now he's going to sit there and say, okay, you take stage 1 and stage 2, I'll go ahead and take the victory from you. Dealing one here late in the series, late in the race at Nashville. All the 81 needs to do now is just hold off for the rest of the field. He's got 5 laps to make the way back. Here it is, the next closest battle we have on track. There's a Trevor Mack and Brandon Thayer. These guys fight over P7. Both these guys came in on two lap difference, so they're roughly the same tire degradation and same fuel. They both took right side tires and the full tank, so we'll see what these guys have in battle. We got 4 laps to go before the end of the race, so we'll hang out with these guys and see what they can come up with as they're catching the back of Brandon Cotton now. So this is turning into a 3-way battle for 6th place test. Sean Cunningham gets into the wall there, so now Brandon Cotton's going to promote past him. This is going to turn into a 4-horse battle here in the last 3 laps. All these guys came in about the same time, 123, 124, 125. Cotton taking four full tires. So he's got the freshest of cars out there. The rest of these 3 coming in for right sides only. So there's Cotton with his 4 fresh tires and fuel. The 3 behind him are Cunningham, Trevor Mack, and Brandon Thayer. These guys all took right side tires and fuel only. So these guys, as Cunningham and Trevor Mack were early in stage 2, fighting back and forth. We'll see what Sean's got left for the 90. Trying to get his position back, but also hold off the 46 of Brandon Thayer. Thayer's having himself a good start until he got a little mixed up there and spun himself around. But now we're on the white flag lap. We'll get back to later here once he gets into turn 3. But there he is, Albert Williams, dealing one late in the race. About 10 laps ago, he made the move on Rhinestone. Now he just has to get back the inside of Chris Taylor. Get smooth still, but he put a gap, 5 seconds, on Rhinestone. Once he made that move, he was gone. From Nashville, the 81 of Albert Williams is going to go ahead and steal a victory here late in the race and put his white Pepsi Coke or white Coke Zero car into victory lane, 0 sugar, with 0 patience, and went and make the move he did. That was an awesome comeback there. Dustin Rhinestone is going to get P2 and Castor P3. Justin Thaler, coming all the way back from his early incident, gets P4. So kudos to him. He was back middle of the pack racing. But Trevor Mack, we can rewind here. What happened with these guys? Maybe nothing happened. Trevor Mack was able to come up in 6th. Brandon Cotton did get 5th. Sean Cunningham came back to 7th. Brandon Thayer 8th. Chris Taylor 9th. Norm Snyder 10. Clarence Prince 11. Jason Huffman 12. James Allison 11. And Andrew Miller left the world. Got back in 14th place. 39 laps down. Man, what a race. We had 1 caution for incident all race. Dustin Rhinestone did his early strategy, pitting earlier than everybody else did. And Albert Williams didn't find out want the tires later. When everybody's spread out, I'm going to use them all up. We'll see if we can find Albert Williams. I'm not sure if he's going to be here for an interview or not.
I'm going to try to get him. I just sent him a DM.
Okay, sounds good.
So maybe the points review. I'm not sure if you have that pulled up.
Well,
I see him.
With the points after the chase. As we have him in the booth now, this is the 81 of Albert Williams. Albert, with that late race, you held lock Dustin all race, have been doing the earlier strategy, and you hung out there for 9 more laps, and you took the fresher tires later. Ended up paying off for you tonight. How'd the race go for you?
Yeah, got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Yeah, that was exciting. I was able to, in that first stage, burned up all my tires, just racing with him, and fell fell back to, I think, even outside the points for stage one. And then, after that, I was like, I gotta save my tires better. And I did that in stage two. I almost got the stage two win on him. And then in that last stage, I just knew, I saw how he was pushing. I'm like, let me just save the tires. And right before his pit stops, um, I got to his back bumper, and I decided to use the strategy that got me the win in Japan. Um, Stay out 9 extra laps, let that fall off, start to kick in while I'm going in, and I was able to chase him down. He did have a lot of trouble with a lap car at help, but I
Yeah,
think no matter what, the tire difference was just gonna be, I was gonna be right there.
yeah, certainly. Clarence Prince is no. It was certainly no intention on him. I mean, he was trying to stay out of the way, and Dustin was trying to use as much arc as he could to use less tire wear. So we know that was no harm, no foul, but it definitely didn't help him out trying to hold you off. And then, you made quick work of the 83 there on the inside and made the move when you had to. And then it's like as soon as you passed Ryan Siddle, you were gone within 5 seconds of him by the time we got to the end of the stage. So I knew 9 lap tires and him getting mixed up with the 83 there did not help him at all. But man, kudos to you for sticking it out and staying with your own strategy and not blinking when he came in early in this pit stop. I mean, you got
Mhm.
yourself another victory now, so that's a few for you this season. You won last time out at Dover, and then you won at the Charlotte Roval, and then you had Twin Ring Motegi. So the past 5 races, you've got 3 of them on wins with Dustin's too. So you stole one here from him tonight of Nashville. How do you feel about next week's race coming up to Talladega?
Ega, so I talked with James a little bit about um plans for Dega. Mainly, I feel like I'm just gonna ride around in the back unless Dustin does the same thing. If he does, then I have to go get some sage points because even with me getting the win, he still got second. He still got both stage wins and stuff. So really, I think I
Yeah,
lost
yeah, you lost a
like a
couple.
point
You
or
lost a
two.
couple points. I know with stage one, he got first. He didn't get any, so there was 5 there, and then he gained
Exactly.
one. He gained one more on you in stage two, so there's 6. So between the victories, I believe he gained 5, maybe 4 points total.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a
it'll
good it's
have
a
to
good
be a.
win.
Yeah, I mean, I always come here, I want to win and stuff, and it'll have to be a pretty drastic change, and luckily Talladega is known for that. Um, and hopefully, Ega just stay out of the trouble and really just bring it home. That's my biggest goal.
Yeah, I mean you joined us pretty late in the season, correct? You missed
Yeah.
you missed the first 3 races. So I mean, shoot, you've been here the first 3 races. It might be a different story. You've been putting a good tear in it as of recent. Hopefully, we see you back here the next season. I'm looking to join you guys next season in the Cup Series. So we'll have some more competitive out there. And Dega, man, it's pretty simple. You just push that right foot down and keep it there the whole time.
I got one
Yeah.
for you. I got one for you, Albert. All right, so I think we have a very first in Midwest Motorsports history. I could be wrong. We're going to have to do some research and check in before tomorrow night's cool down lap podcast, which I hope you'll tune in, twitch.tv/Rivenvale. But I think this is the first time that any one driver has swept all 4 league series in the same week, as you had the amateur win at Silverstone International on the Road Series Tuesday, the Truck Series win Friday against Dustin Reinstedel. Imagine that. The Xfinity Series race yesterday against, well, we'll leave that one alone. And then tonight, you made a move when it counted with 15 or 20 laps to go in the
Mhm.
Cup Series. So all 4 series, you are the winner in the single week, man. We're gonna have to start charging you rent up here in the broadcast booth, man.
That's a
Yeah.
hell of a February,
That
man.
I know. I thought about that going into this race tonight. I'm like, there is some pressure because I'm pretty sure with how consistent Dustin can be, I'm pretty sure he swept the weekend maybe once or twice before. If I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever done the whole road and oval side, so
No.
it was was some pressure to do that, and I'm glad I got to live up to that because going into this race, I did not know if I would really be the fastest car on single pace. I don't like single lap pace. I don't think I was the fastest, but I was just able to manage my car a lot better.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. You had a hell of a week, and we're seeing the time you've been putting in. I mean, you come in a hot pretty recently, and you've been racking up the wins. So you give it a full season next season as we wrap up the rest of these oval courses in the coming weeks. We're looking to see you take a whole championship home with you.
But yeah, that's gonna be the goal, and hopefully, I can get a point swing that goes my way. But regardless, we're still gonna fight for wins and um, fight for every position we can.
All right, Ty. Well, you have yourself a good weekend. Enjoy the victories and the spoilers of this last week, and we'll see you back out here Tuesday for the road racing.
Yep,
All right, Albert. You have yourself a good night.
you too.
That was the 81 of Albert Ty Williams with your race win for the Cup Series and the race win for all the series this week for his class in the GT4 Amateur Series, the Xfinity on Saturdays, the trucks on Fridays. Albert go ahead and lock himself down with all the points he can get, and look for him to come out here next week and try to close that gap on Rhinestone. We had a good race, didn't we, James?
Amazing Cup Series guys, showing us why they're the top of the pack, and it's great fun. Thanks for letting me join you tonight.
No problem. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you back here on Tuesday. Yeah.
I'll be here. Looking forward to it, Aaron.
All right. Well, with James Watts working the camera or working the race director tonight, James J helping me with co-broadcasting and doing double duties with the camera work tonight, and Colin and Adam setting up cameras tonight as well. I'm Aaron Horwood, and we'll see you back out here tomorrow with the cooldown lap. You guys go ahead and have yourself a good week. James?
Stay in your lane.